It's time!
Oh, yeah. It's time for Miss Lou Champion Sports Talk.
I knew these two guys when I had hair.
For me, it was just all about being coachable, being approachable, being a good team guy, and being what I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be.
Where were they getting the hair from?
I think they took it from his lower back.
Okay.
And they moved it to the top. With me, Ronnie Calhoun, and the legend, Joey Martin. It's entertaining, informative, and sometimes a little crazy. So sit back and enjoy the show. Hey guys, before we get started, we want to tell you about our awesome partners, Cyber Technology, Greg Vet Clinic, Hicks Chicks, Kenny Chesney's Blue Chair Bay Rum, and all of our awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them and tell them Miss Lou Champion sent you. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun and Joey Martin here with another week of Champion Sports Talk. How are you, my man?
Good, brother.
All right, man. As always, we're brought to you by Magnolia Bluff Casino. Make sure to catch all the big games there in the sportsbook section. TVs everywhere. Place a bet or two while you're down there. Maybe put some money in your pocket. As always, we're driven by Sango GMC. Visit our buddy Mark Sanguinetti and his champion team in Winsboro or Vidalia for all of your new and used car needs. Thank you to all of our awesome partners, including Concordia Sentinel, serving the Miss Lou since 1876. And lastly, thank you to all of our veterans and our military men and women serving all over the world.
Absolutely.
So, man, we got a champion show today, don't we?
We do. We do.
We got a Hall of Fame show today.
That's right.
It's we've got recently inducted into the MAIS Hall of Fame ACCS coach David King for a few minutes this morning.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
And then we're going to have followed Coach King's on a pretty tight schedule, so we're going to get him in and out. And then we've got Coach Matthew Freeman, senior defensive end, tight end. Aiden Roach is probably, I'm guessing that's how I say it. And then senior offensive lineman Joseph Ellis coming in. So it'll be a good show. Talk about the Rebels season coming up. Yeah, so it'll be interested to hear what they have to say, and
absolutely
should be a fun year to follow them. Before we do all of that, let's dive into some local sports.
Yeah, of course we got softball.
Softball girls are doing good. Yeah,
really good. Yes, Cathedral big win over Brookhaven, 3-2, and Craig Beasley, the coach, told me he thought that was the first time that Cathedral's ever beaten Brookhaven since he's been there. Of course, Cathedral went into the MAIS around 2015, so quite an accomplishment. Liza Gregg had an RBI double in the 6th, and then Madeline Fielder, 2-run single in the 7th that gave them the 3-2 lead, and Lily Crum struck out the side in the bottom of the 7th, so awesome win. And
yeah, I was telling you right before we came on, I was with Robin, Greg, watching Tyler, their son Tyler, play music. And Justin was at the ball game, so they were like trying to split mom and dad duties. And she had it pulled up on her phone. And while we were watching Tyler play, it was kind of cool because Liza came up to bat, and then you could see the little computer thing. She got a double, I guess, and then Madeline did that, and she was going crazy. We were all happy for those girls, but it was fun to be. I said, man, it's a good night for the Gregg kids. Tyler's playing music, Liza's hitting doubles as big wins. That's right. So I love seeing that. That's what all of this is really about. It's about those families. It's about the kids. That's what this area and that's what high school sports is all about.
So yeah, the essence of it.
That's right.
Molly Shirley had some web gyms in the fields.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Absolutely incredible there. So,
and I still wonder how she got talent because I don't know.
Just spot.
Go ahead.
But a great game, and like Craig was saying, you need those kind of games that make you better. And I think they're 8-1 now. So congratulations to them. They beat Central Hines 7-2. And Arthur had her first ever home run.
Okay.
And And Kinsley Young had a home run as well. So they start district next week. So gets down to it then.
Yeah.
I mean, playing 10 games already, it's already flying, dude.
I know, man. We got them on the screen right here in the studio, the Cathedral and AC girls. It seems like we did that last week, and now they're already 10 games in.
It's crazy. Well, speaking of AC, they beat WCCA 17-7. Layla Ray had a home run, and they're doing well. 8-5. I tell you what, Savannah Buck's done a great job with these kids. I mean, she took over program struggling, and you're starting to see more confidence in the kids,
Yeah.
and that's a credit to her. And, they're going to play Briarfield and Franklin Saturday in kind of a round robin deal. They're going to have an ACCS Saturday, so that's going to be exciting. But also a 14-10 loss to Riverfield is really good. But they competed with them. Sophia Carter had a home run. Addison Massey a double and a single. So
Sophia, she was on a tear. I taught with her mom at the junior high. Her mom's an excellent special needs teacher at the Vidalia Junior High, and I follow her on Facebook. I mean, she hit like 2 or 3 home runs within a 2 or 3 day period. She was on fire there.
Yeah. So I mean, keep it going and best of luck. And I was talking to Savannah. She said, the WCCA game. She said we just came out sluggish. She said, but this heat, it's tough.
Oh my goodness, man! I can barely get to my car. I know. I don't know how these kids.
They played through it and they got it going later. But I can't imagine being out there in this.
Yeah.
I mean, even the football players have to go later.
We've said it many times. We beat these kids up these days, but they're smart and they're smarter and tougher than we give them credit for. I mean,
and safety's become such a bigger issue too.
Yes,
that's the main thing.
Yeah. Any other local news?
Right
I guess after this we'll be continuing to cover softball, but we'll have football results to cover next week because tomorrow night we've got Cathedral.
It's for real.
And AC both kicking off. So,
right.
Yeah.
Both on the road, but hey, looking forward to seeing how they get out of the gate.
Well, man, but let's not keep the viewers waiting. I know they're all excited as we are. They're as excited as we are for Coach King. So we'll be right back in a minute with recently inducted Hall of Famer David King.
Awesome.
Playtime, game time. Anytime is a good time at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. Play to win our Magnolia Money Explosion giveaways and our $12,000 Summer Cash Splash Grand Prize. Win your share of $200,000 this summer at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. It's always a good time. Visit magnoliabluffscasino.com.
Guys, Ronnie and Shannon here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight.
And we're here at our amazing partners, Gregg Veterinary Hospital.
Gregg Veterinary Hospital has been providing comprehensive, reliable, cutting-edge veterinary services to pets in the Miss Lou since 2002.
They welcome pets of all shapes and sizes who are in need of emergency treatment or who require routine medical, surgical, and dental care.
Dr. Gregg and his team offer a long list of services, including in-house laboratory diagnostics, digital x-ray, soft tissue, orthopedic surgery, dental care, extractions, laser surgery, laser therapy, preventative health, and wellness plans.
And if you need grooming and boarding services, they do that too.
So call Gregg Vet today. All right, guys, we are back with recently inducted into the MAIS Hall of Fame coach, David King. How are you?
I'm great, Ron. Glad to be here, sir.
We know that you don't want to talk about yourself and you want to talk about the team and all that, but congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
That's a huge honor. Joey, I'll let you. We only got Coach for a few minutes because he's so busy, but I'll let you take the first question.
Well, first of all, your reaction when you heard you were going to the Hall of Fame.
Well, being the pessimistic person that I am, I was like, man, I'm officially old now, I guess. But no, it's a tremendous honor, and I've got some friends and some guys that I looked up to that are in that Hall of Fame. So, I'm my dad's son. I try to be as modest every chance I get, but at the end of the day, it is a big honor, and I've got a lot of people to thank for being in the Hall of Fame. But it does kind of feels good that you noticed from outside your little small world that some other people appreciate the work you've done. So yes, I'm beyond honored, no question.
It looked like a nice looked like you had quite a bit of family there. How was that to share that moment?
Well, at the end of the day, they're the ones that sacrifice the most. The hours these coaches put in, and now me being an administrator, it's just overwhelming. What my wife and children have had to endure, and small town coach, and then small town headmaster. You can't imagine. We're so those people that was a special moment sharing it with them. Of course, my assistants were there, which worked tirelessly for me. But no, it was a great night, no question about it.
Yeah.
Now, 2009, 2010, back-to-back championships at Trinity. Do you go back and look at that and see how you handled that to go into this year?
Well, and I don't compare teams. I love all my teams. I had, some of my favorite teams were the ones that just got to the playoffs, but we only had 13 or 14 players in the old days, you remember. But, the 2010 team, I just didn't need to wreck the bus. They were going to win the state championship. We were up 40-0 at halftime of the state championship game. I'm just being honest with you. That was, it would have to be a colossal collapse to not win that. And then we kind of knew that, to be honest with you. That was just a team that you don't run across very often at that level. So this team is very special. They've got some really good kids, a lot of returning guys at the right spots. 5A is loaded as usual. We kind of snuck in the back door last year, so we won't be able to do that this year. But these kids are, they're resilient. They'll play their best ball when the time comes. But it's you don't talk back to back. That's only been done, very few times anywhere. So we're going to try to be the best ball club we can be in November. That's the key.
And you mentioned that you're not as talented as last year, but you like this group as a group.
Well, as far as the talent, this is a different team. We had some big guys, and when they finally got in shape in November and it cooled down, we were able to kind of push some people around at the end. We're not going to be able to do that this year. We're going to have to do, and that's the joy of coaching high school ball, I guess, as opposed to the college and NFL. Every year is different. So we've got an outstanding quarterback and running back and some other pieces that are looking forward to making their mark, and it's just going to be a different team. I don't really want to say it's not as talented. It's just different, and the coaches are going to have to do what we do, which is put them in the best situation possible to win.
How do you adapt each year? You obviously have to know your personnel and the kids. Do you have to kind of feel out what this group is going to be like?
Yes, you do. I kind of am I'm an unusual man anyway, but as my wife can tell you, I am a process guy. I don't do the reflection well. We won the state championship last year, and we took the pictures and we got the medals out and hugged everybody. And literally, my wife and I went to the Whataburger, and I got a Dr. Pepper and a big burger, and she drove home, and I started thinking then, all right, this guy's graduating, this guy's graduating. And that's probably insanity, but that's what I've always done. And my wife can tell you that's a true story. I don't really do, man, that was awesome. What a ride. It's just, and so that's what I get the joy out of, is starting that right away. So I've been doing that since November, so we kind of know what's going on when we get to spring ball, and then certainly during the summer.
Do you have a favorite coach that you like to kind of emulate? Or
I have a bunch. I mean, who could not love Bear Bryant and some of those old clippings of him? I think a lot of him. I don't like professional football at all. I probably watch less professional football than any high school coach in the country. When Stephen was playing, I would watch the Patriots, and I will watch the Saints on occasion if there's not a good Western on. I don't watch NFL. I look like college coaches, and obviously Bear Bryant and Nick Saban, just what a class act, the best there ever was. So those are some guys. But I like this guy at LSU. He's a quality man. He's a kind guy. And I've met him a couple of times. He's sharp. So but there's a lot of good ones out there. You got to be yourself as a coach. The kids know phonies. I can't be Bear Bryant. I'm not that guy. And people that try to do that are going to fail. So I'm just me. I mean, I'm a flawed man that lets them know I'm flawed, and I would rather my players love me so much they don't want to let me down than they're so scared of me that they're afraid to fail. And that's just my personality.
Especially in today's world, yeah. And I know you're in a hurry, Coach, this morning. I know you got a bunch of stuff to put out. I'll get one question in, and I'll let Joey do one more.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaching and people that you kind of looked up to and everything, I don't know what your coaching tree looks like, but I know it's probably got to be some kids out there that have come up under you. How does that feel to see the people who you've coached with, or some of your players go out and do their thing?
Well, I get to work with one of my best players every day, Matthew Freeman. He's one of the best I ever coached. We won a championship together, had some great memories, and he's an outstanding coach already. I get to see that every day.
Mhm.
I got to coach with my son one year, which most people don't ever, and we won a state championship that year.
Wow.
That memory is, you can't replace that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
He's coaching.
He's coaching at Franklin County, and he's going to be his man. He's different than me, but he's going to be a great coach himself. So those guys right off the hand. There's been several of my players, Taylor Strahan and Josh Lloyd. I coached both of them.
Yeah.
They're doing a fine job at Cathedral. Good men. And I've got several other ones, I can't think right now because it's early in the morning and I hadn't had my second cup of coffee, but yes, that is cool when you get older and you see these young guys and you're like, man, this guy's coaching and I'm proud of him.
Proud,
so
probably the
very,
word.
very proud of him. Jake Winston coaches some baseball. He was like a son to me too. When he was coaching our baseball team for several years, I was very proud of him. And so those are really, really special moments. As you get older, you're able to see, wow, this is cool to see them. And honestly, I tell Matthew, I'm way more nervous when Matthew coaches a basketball game than I ever am me coaching because I want him to succeed so much.
Yeah.
I'm at my son's junior high. He's the head junior high coach, and I'm over there last year at a junior high game. My heart is just pounding. Way more than it was in my own state championship game. And unless you've been there, you don't really believe that, but that's the truth.
Yeah. Well, Joey, I'll let you get us out of here, man.
What movie you like that you would use for motivation?
Wow, there's a lot of
I
movies.
know that Nick Saban had played 300 before.
I like 300. I like 300. I'm an underdog guy, and as old and as cliche as it is, man, what better movie than Rudy though? I mean, just to go in there and just to see what that guy had to overcome. I like the movie with Will Smith. Is it Happiness?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of
That's
Happiness.
a great one.
It's probably
that's one of my favorites.
That's the one I like to watch.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about overcoming and persevering.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
That's probably mine.
So last question, when do you really start getting pumped up and ready for the season?
I don't know when I'm not pumped up for the season. I used to coach basketball and baseball and I was always on, but now with football, I am the most miserable person in Adams County December through April. And I gain a lot of weight and I'm depressed and I'm around the house, miserable to be around. So I really genuinely enjoy the practices with the boys and watching the game film with my coaches and the plotting and all that way more than I do the games. So, and I think any good coach, that's what he remembers is that grind. And that's what I love about it.
And I asked Josh, do you see the MAIs ever pushing back the season?
Well, unfortunately, we had a kid in Alabama, I think, that died yesterday at football practice. 14-year-old kid. This is dangerous out there.
It is.
And I look back at some of the things I did to Matthew and my son at Trinity, and because it was draconian style football to be a winner in those days. and I,
Jack Benson type.
Bill Hurst, Jack Benson, Bobby Marks, even all these guys that you just got these guys in shape and you pushed them beyond the limits they thought they could go, and then you got out there and they could learn. You do that now in this heat index with the society now, it's not worth it. Yeah. I mean, my assistants get mad saying, "Coach, we're not in shape." I was like, "Yeah, but we're all healthy and we're all safe. Let's play ourselves into shape." To have one of those kids go down, I would resign immediately and never be the same. So it's not worth it anymore. And the older you get, the more you realize that you run them to just enough to, when they start hurting a little bit, you got to take off the pedal and just say, "Look, we're going to get in shape at some point." So it's a big difference nowadays. No question.
Well, Coach, we can tell from our short interview with you here this morning why you're successful, because we can see that passion coming through, and just the enjoyment that you have for the game of football and for your coaches and for your kids. And we appreciate you, everything you do. We appreciate your coaches, your wife, your family for allowing you to do what you do. It's big for this area. I mean, to be represented in the Mississippi Hall of Fame, that's a big deal for this area, and we appreciate everything you do.
Natchez is a unique town, guys. I always thought of myself of wanting to move to a town where I was the only school, and I was the only coach, and everybody, you know, we've got several really good schools and several good coaches and several teams, so it's an unusual town, but I'm always proud to represent Natchez, and we've got a beautiful city, and we've been fortunate in football, and I hope we continue that trend because it is very, very rewarding to represent this town, and I think we've done a good job at it. So I appreciate you guys having me.
We appreciate
Thank you so
man.
much.
Get back to work.
Absolutely.
Coach.
Great seeing you, my brother.
We'll be
Take
right
care.
back after this quick break.
Thank y'all so much.
Hey y'all, it's Ronnie and Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight.
And we want to tell you about our awesome partner, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chicks.
Hicks Chicks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know that they are also open to the public?
Hicks Chicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish.
And don't forget about their delicious burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options.
So stop by today at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Road in Natchez. Hicks Chicks.
Way more than just chicken.
We want to tell you about our awesome partners, Cyber Technology, Greg Vet Clinic, Hicks Chicks, Kenny Chesney's Blue Chair Bay Rum, and all of our awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them and tell them Miss Lou Champion sent you. All right, guys, we are back. Great segment with Coach King, and we are back with assistant head coach Matthew Freeman, senior defensive end and tight end Aiden Roche. I got it wrong earlier, but I'll get it right from here on out. And senior offensive lineman Joseph Ellis. How are you?
Good, sir.
We appreciate y'all coming out to be with us this morning.
Glad to be here.
So y'all had a big year last year, and hopefully another big year coming up this year. And we'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll just let Joey get the ball rolling for us.
So, Matthew, when was it last year that you saw this team could do what y'all ended up doing?
I'm kind of the opposite of Coach King. You know, I feel like we can win it every year. That's just the way I look at things. We're going to win it until we don't. So he always goes into the season, and he always makes jokes like, oh, we're 6 and 4 at best, stuff like that. And I'm always like, come on, you know, we can win it all. Like at any year, I feel like we always have a team that can win it all.
Was there a certain game last year where you said, hey, it's clicking, or hey, this team's special?
That loss to Park Lane during the year kind of showed us like, hey, you know, Park Lane was known to be they were going to be the favorite, everybody thought. So, us playing them how we did kind of showed us that we're just as good as, you know, the team that everybody thinks is the best. So then we went on that remarkable playoff run there, and that just kind of.
I thought Coach said something interesting earlier whenever he mentioned he said two things. He mentioned play our way into shape sometimes, and then he also mentioned that he had some big guys, and he said as it cooled down, we started moving some people around. Did you guys notice that whenever the weather cools off that you kind of feel a little bit better out there? It's go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I did notice that. Them big boys, you know, they gotta wait for that fat boy weather, and then that's when they really show out.
Yeah, you got to get out of there when it gets cool. You got to get out of their way. If you go pick on them, you got to do it while it's hot. Huh? They tire out. You notice a big difference as the season goes on?
I think it's actually kind of funny. I wasn't a part of the big run last year.
Okay.
I actually, first practice we were out on the field, I broke my leg.
Oh, man.
And I kind of just took time off, and I just never went back. But I was at pretty much every game.
Yeah.
So I definitely showed my support, but I wasn't on the practice.
Okay. Are you ready for this year?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Ready to roll, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about you, Coach? Did you notice that people – did you notice what he's talking about, how the offensive line, I guess he's talking about, started really –
So most of the big boys, you know, when you're starting in August, September, You know, the weather, it's like 98 degrees, start of game time, kick off, the heat index might still been around 100, some of those games early on. And then when you get to, October, November, that's when that weather, the time change and all that stuff. So they really love under the lights, cooler temperatures. Everybody does, really. But
Yeah.
even the coaches, we like getting out there. We're not breaking a sweat during warm-ups. Just
Yeah.
that cool weather everybody loves. It's football weather.
Yeah.
At that time.
That's
So is the main thing this year making sure they don't get complacent?
I don't think that most of them are expecting it to be given to us because of how tough 5A is. I mean, there's at least 9 teams in 5A this year that I could see winning the state championship. So it's going to be the team that stays the healthiest, the team that puts it all together, come playoffs, and I'm kind of excited to see how it all plays out.
Depth is such a big part in it, having that.
Absolutely.
I want to give each one of you guys a chance to, since we did have Coach King on a minute ago, I want to give each one of you guys a chance to, we'll just start here and go down to say what it means to play for a guy like that. I mean, just inducted into the MAIS Hall of Fame, that's a huge deal. And it's an opportunity to work with him and to play for him and all that. What does that mean to you?
It's an honor, sir, to play with someone so accomplished, and he can lead us, anywhere. I go through a brick wall for him, sir.
That's it. Yeah, motivator, huh? That's right.
Yes,
What about, we'll come back to you, Coach. What does that mean to you,
Well,
Aiden?
honestly, he's one of my just favorite people, just in general. Coach and headmaster. On and off the field, I feel like you can trust that dude with anything. He is very accomplished, like Joseph said, and it is really an honor just to be in his presence and have him lead us in the right direction as a man and as an athlete.
Yeah. Coach, how's it feel to, he was picking on you a little bit earlier, saying he put y'all through some hard times back in the day, but you've kind of been full circle with him. What does that mean? What's that relationship mean to you?
It's been incredible. I mean, he's really a father to me. I lost my dad July 4th. Being with him for as long as I have, I've played for him. He kind of groomed me, raised me through athletics, basketball and football. But like he was saying, like the fact that we would do anything for him just because we don't want to let him down. Like he showed us how much he loved us and cared about us and stuff. And it wasn't, he wasn't only caring about what we did in athletics. Like he tells these kids every day life lessons and how to teach them what to do in the long run for their future and stuff. It's not strictly just coaching the sports. Like he's coaching the life skills that he has for them, and being able to work for him now, it's the same thing. Like I don't want to let him down. I don't want to lose. Like obviously I'm going to lose games and stuff, but he's the first one I think about if I do take a loss. Like dang, I let Coach King down and stuff. But it's definitely special, and I wouldn't want to work for anybody else. He always talks about retirements, getting close, and all this, and I'm like, nah, you got to just hang in there. A lot of coaches that are in my position would kind of be like, yeah, it's time for you to retire, so I can take them.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't want to be a head coach without him, in my opinion, right now. Like I want to coach as long as possible. I wish he could coach longer than I'm going to coach. So working for him is truly something special.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And start with you, Joseph. Is there a special way you get ready for a game or motivate yourself? Any kind of music you might listen to, or
No, sir. I just listen to my coaches. They already do it for me.
about you, Aiden?
Just try to stretch pretty good and just try to keep my mind on the game. Try to get too silly in the locker room and stuff, and just say listen to our coaches and we'll be good.
Do y'all prefer? What's one of your favorite places to go play besides at home?
I don't think I have one.
All fields are 100 yards. And
That sounds like something Coach told you.
Not me, I'll say it. I mean, obviously going over to Cathedral is definitely, getting everybody in Natchez that supports
That's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's nothing like it, really. It's good for the kids, good for the coaches, and good for the town. We really appreciate those moments when they're at AC or wherever at Cathedral. We enjoy those games.
One of the questions that I always like to ask is, do you enjoy that villain role? Kind of like going into somebody else's. It's a lot different than playing at home. You get at home, everybody's cheering for you, patting you on the back, but when you go on the road, you got some people yelling some things you might not want to hear, I guess. Do y'all embrace that villain role as a team?
I think we're the heroes.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring a win in matches.
That's right. You just not, you tune it out, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll say that we do play better on the road though. Like I've noticed at AC, we've both our state championships, we went through the ringers on the road.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
that year we had to forfeit all those games, but we had to go play like the 7 seed, 4 seed, 1 seed, 3 seed, like whatever. I don't remember the exact order, but every one of them was on the road at the other team's place, and we get to get out of our comfort zone, get on the road, get them a meal, get them away from all the distractions, and they tend to be more about business whenever we go on the road. So,
How special is it having a quarterback like Coleman Carter?
obviously, everybody wants to coach Coleman Carter just because he's just a good kid, obviously, but he's very talented at quarterback, and the fact that he's been our quarterback, this will be his 4th year starting at quarterback for us. Obviously we're going to miss him, but it's our last ride with him, so we're going to make the most of it. He's excited and geared up, and he's ready to take the lead as a senior now, so it's going to be a good year.
Who are some of those games that you have circled that you just pumped up ready for?
Cathedral, of course.
Cathedral,
of course.
Yeah, starting to see a pattern here. You got any others that you got kind of circled and that you just really ready for?
Oak Forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun game last year. I remember they were, you see they were beating us, and we turn it up. We can thank Coach Stanley for that.
Yeah.
I seen that.
What about you, Hayden? You got any that you've got circled?
Obviously. And I'm excited for the game coming up, Bowling Green. It'll be one of our first games.
Just to get it started, yeah.
See how we're going to come out.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite player, college or pro?
I mean, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
That's right. Tiger.
I like Taysom Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah.
He is a good one.
What about let's talk a little bit about Coach Stanley, what he's brought to the table with you guys. Since you brought it up, coaching with him, playing for him, and all that. I think we had you guys together on at one point last year. I can't remember.
It was me and Coach Lloyd.
Okay.
I'll start off with Coach
Yeah,
Stanley.
yeah.
He honestly, I didn't really know him. I know him as Farady's coach. But
Mhm.
then as soon as I met Coach Stanley, we clicked. Like, the guy just is strictly about discipline and fairness to all. He's not going to let one take an inch of cheating over here and keep this other one not accountable. It's no matter who you are, you're going to be behind that line because I said so. And everybody's be behind the line. And if you're not, he's going to start it over. He's just strictly, honestly, last year he kind of had not that Coach King's not a big discipline and stuff, but
Yeah.
Stanley just kind of helped bring another aspect of discipline to show these guys like, hey, it is our discipline and, can help take us and win some games where we might not have won if we weren't disciplined. So.
And he had the resume to back it up too, like the state championship and all of that to do that. What about you guys as far as playing for him? Is it pretty intense?
Yes, sir. I remember he showed up last year, and it was like, 9 a.m., summer workout. And I'm like, this guy's just talking. We're just trying to get, and then we're running, and then go back. We have to go back to line. We got to learn discipline, and he's on our case. But I think he's a big reason why we won state last year.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't really know how much he was about, but off season, he definitely kicked us into shape and helped us keep a gear. And like Coach Free was saying, I definitely like how he treats everyone equally. No matter if you're the best player on the team or the worst, he
Yeah.
treats you fairly. And he just really wants everyone to just grow as a man and just know that the real world you need discipline and stuff just to be successful.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be a theme, like teaching young men more than just football. That's a good thing. That's a great. And it sounds like you guys are absorbing it. And so that says a lot about the program. And if I had to guess, that's the reason why there's a lot of W's on the board, because W's are a lot more than talent. it's a combination of a lot more than talent, as I know Coach tells y'all probably all the time. So
As seniors, do y'all feel more as leaders this year, or
Definitely. Yes, sir. And I
try to keep the other guys accountable? Is that part of it?
as much as I can without
Right. That's
butt to them.
that's a tough line, I know. But go ahead, mate. I
I
know.
was going to say, Aiden, considering he didn't play last year with us, he doesn't shy away from that. He's always trying to be a leader and tell the other kids, like, hey, come on, run full speed. We're supposed to be doing this. Hey, we're supposed to be doing this. Let's go. And I kind of look at him like, who are you to tell these kids that? You didn't even play last year. But I just know what kind of kid he is. And he knows what we expect as coaches, and he does a really good job of helping us get his teammates trying to do the same.
Go ahead, John.
I was thinking, I keep getting asked, what am I waiting for? I gotta step up. I gotta be a leader. And Aiden's always motivating us, and I just, I look up to that. I want to emulate that.
Okay.
it's tricky sometimes because they're it may be somebody that's in 11th grade. They're your peers also.
Yeah.
But then there are certain times that you have to look at your peers and say, hey, what are we doing here? And that's leadership. That's growth and development. And that comes with time. But it's a great opportunity as seniors for you guys to start that. And that'll carry over. Coach could tell you that'll carry over into the rest of your life.
Coach King tells them every year, so every group, he's like, y'all are the seniors. He's like, at the end of the day, these guys below you, they have next year. These guys have 2 years. This is y'all's last year, senior year. He always tells them, tick-tock, seniors, clock's ticking, and then it's all going to be over. So,
yeah,
he does a really good job of making sure these seniors really realize, hey, senior, it's your year.
Be present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And David mentioned to me earlier, he said that he thinks this is one of his fastest defenses he's had since he's been there. If you just talk a little bit about your defense this year.
Well, Stanley kind of was his first year last year, so we had to baby step everything, implementing the new system and stuff, which he did a great job with. But a lot of these guys now, this will be their second year with Stanley, a lot of returning starters, and he's going to be able to do some things, to improve, like stuff he was running in college and stuff like that at the high level. So we might not have had time to get in last year. We're going to be able to, upgrade our defense, as he said. But he's really excited about what he has to work with. So a lot of talented kids, a lot of kids grew up, put on some weight, got stronger in the weight room this summer. So excited to see how it all unfolds. Stanley's a wizard when he gets to watch a film. He's gonna find out what that team does best. He's gonna take it away. Like, they're never gonna beat us doing what they do best. They're either gonna outsmart us with something they brought in that we hadn't seen on film yet, or we're going to take away what they do. So
he's a great X's and O's guy. Not only a motivator, he's a good X's and O's guy too.
Great all around coach.
Yeah. Huh. What would you say? I mean, as we get into the season, what are you most looking forward to just coaching this team this year?
Well, I'm an offensive guy, so I love what Stanley does on defense also, but just kind of talking with Coach King and picking apart defenses and stuff. We brainstorm, meet in his office, and we talk about a lot of what can we do on offense and stuff. And Coach King is really good at seeing the field too. So, a lot of his stuff comes from just looking out there and then just seeing. He can see things before they happen, obviously. So he's really good at calling out stuff and making sure that a lot of kids touch the ball. He don't want one kid scoring every touchdown. He does a really good job of thinking. A lot of coaches have tunnel vision and they kind of lose track of the game, whatever. But he's always thinking about the guy that hadn't touched the ball yet, the guy that deserves to get the ball in his hands. So he does a really good job with that, with making sure all our guys, get to touch the ball and enjoy their football season.
And that comes from a lot of prep with you and him working together too, I'm assuming.
He pretty much just him, but I throw in my 2 cents. I enjoy every bit of it.
What about and we're getting low, so I guess I'll make this my last one, and then I'll let you bring it home, Joe. Is coaching, it sounds like you guys have a good thing from, kind of a CEO guy and then an offense and defense. What about you and Stanley going back and forth in practice against his defense and him going against your offense and all of that? Is that you think that that's made you better? And vice versa?
Those are some of my favorite moments of practice where I get to, work against Stanley's defense. I got things that I know his defense, so I know where the weak points are. So I take advantage of that. All he can do really is laugh and say, come on. So but it works out good. And, Stanley's definitely made me a better coach because I've learned from him too. But just as much, I've learned from Coach King also. So I'm never gonna think that I know everything, so I'm learning from everybody. So I enjoy it.
Yeah. Joey, I'll let you.
Ask you guys first of all, how do y'all handle the heat?
We just push through it. That's what we're taught to do. Just be man, get through it, and it'll make us stronger, make us better.
Coach King gives us a good amount of breaks, and he lets us sit in the shade. So the heat's not too terrible, especially some days we don't have pads on. We're just going over plays and stuff, but definitely just try to drink a lot of water before and be all right.
Are there certain things the coaches look for and say, well, you need to step aside or?
Our players know they can get water whenever they need it. It's not like they have to ask, hey, coach, can I go get some water? Like, if you need water, if you're feeling dizzy, lightheaded, go find the shade. We got great water girls out there to make sure that the boys are hydrated whenever they need it. So, I mean, I haven't really seen an instance where, like, we had to really do anything because they know if they're getting to where they're feeling it, we trust them. They're not just trying to get out of something. They actually need some shade or need some water. So we don't even second guess it. We just next man up. Let them get over there and get themselves cooled off and then come back when they're ready.
The last thing, how different is it being the athletic director?
I was just like when Coach King was athletic director at Trinity. He was a lot different in my eyes than what he is now as a headmaster. He's got a lot more on his plate now being a headmaster, so the more I can do to help him and keep things simple, I take a lot of pride in kind of making Coach King's job as easy as I can.
Mm-hmm. And helping your coaches, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Great coaching staff.
You do. Outstanding stuff.
A lot of those guys have been with Coach King for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Coach me myself too. But.
Okay. Well, guys, we appreciate. I always joke with the kids, and I know y'all hate missing school this morning for a few minutes, but
these guys didn't have school. So.
Oh, y'all didn't? Okay, so we couldn't get you out of class, so we apologize for that. Then. We'll try to do better next time. We'll wait till you do have class to schedule.
All right.
But no, we appreciate you guys coming out. We really do. And both of you guys are outstanding young men. We could tell just from being around you this short period of time. And outstanding coaching staff, doing a good job raising men. And we appreciate you guys. And we're looking forward to following. Joey does an excellent job keeping up with everything. And we're going to be following y'all and hopefully come to a few ball games. So appreciate y'all coming out, Coach. Thank you for everything. And we'll be right back after a quick break to wrap this thing up.
With Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. If you like what we're doing, be sure to follow, like, share, and even comment on all our content. Also, visit MissLouChampions.com to sign up for our newsletter and to receive other information, as well as the opportunity to receive some awesome prizes. Thank you, Miss Lou, for your continued support, and as always, have a champion day.
All right, we are back. Man, what a show.
What a show. I want to expand on something that you were talking about earlier too, Ronnie. We both appreciate the principals.
Yeah.
Making time for their kids. I mean, it's an inconvenience. You got to get a substitute teacher and kids out of class. So we really appreciate the principals working with us.
Yeah, we like to joke about it, but I think that they understand that this is a great opportunity for the kids to do these types of things. And hopefully good exposure for the schools, and hopefully this is just a good partnership with us and all of the schools in the area to do these things. So the principals, you're right, have been wonderful
Absolutely.
To work with for sure. I think they see the bigger picture.
Right.
Let's start with that second, and then work our way back to coach. So we had assistant head coach, ACCS assistant head coach Matthew Freeman, senior defensive end and tight end Aiden Roche, and senior offensive lineman Joseph Ellis. What did you think about that?
Oh, I was very impressed with them, and I like their mindset. I like they're focused on the season.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's tough. You're coming off a state championship. Hey, we're the best. We don't need to work as hard, but that's not the case.
Yeah, I didn't feel any of that.
Uh-uh.
I didn't get any sense of what's the word? Where you complacency?
Yeah.
I didn't get any sense of complacency. What stood out to me is, which often does with the guys that are the local coaches bring in here on the show, seem like just great young men,
Right.
And much bigger than football. It seems like they got great lives ahead of them.
Right.
Hopefully, be contributors to this area.
Yeah.
We need as many young men and women to stay in this area and contribute as we can.
And it was kind of funny. We were talking to them before, and they didn't know they were coming on here until after practice. They're like, what? But they did a great job.
Yeah, they did a great job. And then just reviewing real quick, it's recently inducted this week, MAIS Hall of Fame, Coach David King.
Right.
I thought David gave some really interesting stuff there.
He did. He sure did. He's always a great speaker. And
I don't think he's as miserable as he says he is. He says, I'm the most miserable guy. He seems a little more pleasant than that.
I called him
one day. Coach.
I called him one day after the end of the season. He said, oh, look, I know a lot of coaches are going, thank goodness that's over. I want to get back out there and have another practice.
and I like what he said about you whenever he came in. He said, Ronnie, I love you, and I'm here, but I'm here for Joey because of he said, I've known this man for a very long time, and he's been the best at doing what he does. Well, so I thought that was very nice of him to say about you, and it's all true too.
David's always been the best. I love working with him.
Yeah, and you do a great job with all that.
Thank you. I enjoy it. Enjoy being here with you, man. Highlight of my week.
Mine too. But yeah, I thought Coach King did a good job. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you answered one of my questions. I was going to ask him if he had ever been back to back because I was going for a long time, but I didn't realize that. But you answered that earlier. So he had been back to back once before.
Right.
Yeah. What do you feel about after seeing all that? You feel?
I mean, even before, I feel like
they're
the
got
team
shot.
to beat. I think
they are the team to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of weapons. And being there, and it has been amazing. Like Matthew was talking about, the road games, they have been something on the road, and they just had. I mean, they were like the 7th seed overall, and for them to do what they did in the playoffs, of course, beating Park Lane was huge, and I think that was what got them there. After they won that game,
that mindset,
hey, they can take it all.
Yeah. Well, we got anything else you want to add?
I just mentioned it does kick off tomorrow, AC at Bowling Green. Cathedral's going to Columbia. And then we've got some, the next week, AC and Cathedral have their first home games.
Okay.
So looking forward to that, of course.
And then we get some other teams, some other local teams kicking off.
We've got Steve Davis, and he's bringing 2 of his players next week.
Okay.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah. So, well, good luck to ACCS tomorrow night. Good luck to our friends over at Cathedral tomorrow night. We're pulling for y'all. I'll be looking for the scores. We'll be texting back and forth and share there like we did during the games. Thank you to all of our awesome partners for making these interviews possible. You see some of them up here on the screen. We got Concordia Sentinel. We've got all of our awesome partners out there who make this possible. Thank you to the viewers. Our numbers are just going up, 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 and I don't think we're doing anything different, but thank you to the people who are liking and sharing and all that. Something's happening, and we appreciate it from all of you guys. God bless everybody out there, and as always, have a champion day.
Hey y'all, it's Ronnie and Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight.
And we want to tell you about our awesome partner, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chicks.
Hicks Chicks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know that they are also open to the public?
Hicks Chicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish.
And don't forget about their delicious burgers that are already pattied up for you, and their amazing dessert options.
So stop by today at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Road in Natchez. Hicks Chicks.
Way more than just chicken.
Guys, Ronnie and Shannon here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight.
And we're here at our amazing partners, Gregg Veterinary Hospital.
Gregg Veterinary Hospital has been providing comprehensive, reliable, cutting-edge veterinary services to pets in the Miss Lou since 2002.
They welcome pets of all shapes and sizes who are in need of emergency treatment or who require routine medical, surgical, and dental care.
Dr. Greg and his team offer a long list of services, including in-house laboratory diagnostics, digital x-ray, soft tissue, orthopedic surgery, dental care, extractions, laser surgery, laser therapy, preventative health, and wellness plans.
And if you need grooming and boarding services, they do that too.
So call Greg Vet today.
Playtime, game time. Anytime is a good time at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. Play to win our Magnolia Money Explosion giveaways and our $12,000 Summer Cash Splash Grand Prize. Win your share of $200,000 this summer at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. It's always a good time. Visit MagnoliaBluffsCasino.com.